Hi people, how are you? I hope you're doing great as always. Today we're going to be talking about The Art of Prophecy by Wesley Chu. And I have to say, this is the first book of his that I read. I have read those books in which he collaborates with Cassandra Clare in the Shadow Hunter series. But there was something about this one that attracted me a lot. The cover, for instance, was like very attention grab for me. And yeah, because you can see the drawing is amazing, but if you look very closely, you can see that the character that's depicted in the cover, it's a woman, and it's an old woman. And this is something that really caught my attention because usually in books you have younger characters. And this woman here, it's called Taishi, and she's going to be one of our main characters. And I have to say that I did love her to bits. I love how she presents herself to the world, how she knows that maybe she knows she's powerful, but she knows that she also has suffered a lot. She's a war artist. She has one arm that doesn't work so well, no, doesn't work, and she knows that her body has seen battlefields, and it's a battlefield in itself. So she knows that maybe she's not exactly past her prime, but she knows she's old. But in the way in which she acts and portrays herself, I love that, because it's not like I'm an elderly person and I deserve whatever it is. It's more like I'm a person that's older than you and I have lots of experience. I have lived through a lot of things, and everything that has gone through in my life, everything that has happened to me has affected me in some way or another and has made me the person that I am today. And I love her way of seeing things, her way of interacting with other characters, her way of relating with the world, and her way of seeing the world for what it is. She is not one youngster who wants to conquer the world and think that she's able to. And she is not, you know, someone who has decided to stop living. No. She's so full of life and so full of experience. And also she has sometimes limitations because she's old. But it's not like very obvious. I mean, sometimes she's aspiring with people who are way younger than she, and she bests them because she knows she is that good. But also there's a situation in which she's like, okay, you know, I love her. Yeah, I was going to say something that's going to be a bit spoilery. That's why I say, okay, yeah, shutting up. I love that character. What this book is about? This book is about, we're going to be... Taishi at the very beginning of the book, she is going to supervise a guy called Jian. Jian is a very young man, and he is this prophesied hero who, when he gets older, it's going to kill the Khan, the immortal Khan, who belongs to another tribe, and they have been sparring and having wars like forever. And this guy called Jian, as I say, it's the prophesied hero. But very early on, we're going to learn that what Wesley Chu did in this book, it's amazing, because this is not like, yeah, this book is so unique. I don't even know how to do a review of this book. I mean, it's amazing. Because when you hear things about the hero of prophecy, you are expecting this guy who knows everything, who has mastered all the things that there are to master, and that he's powerful, and that he's sure of himself, and that he's going to conquer everything. But no. Here we are going to have an spoiled brat who has been told all days of his life that he's going to be this hero, and so he believes it, even if he is really no match for the Khan. So Taishi sees all of that, and she gets into a fit thinking that a bunch of idiots have been training this guy, and there is no fucking way, sorry for the expression, that this guy is going to be able to best the Khan. So she decides to take over and train him. But while she's doing that, we learn that the immortal Khan has been killed, and it looks like the heir of prophecy, this hero that has to kill him, is no longer needed. So what happens is that the different people who are in power decide that to have this figure, this prophesied hero, it's no longer something of profit, because that figure can turn against them, you know, because all the world has been revolving around this guy who's going to destroy the Khan, and there's religions, and there's cultures, and there's things revolving around him. So now that he's no longer needed, those in power no longer need him. They don't want this guy overshadowing them. So they want to get rid of him. And yeah, they want to kill him. So Taishi is going to have something to say about that, and they are going to be finding themselves running for their lives. Yeah, that's one side of the story. We are going to be following another character she's completely mind-blowing, and I love her to bits too, called Salminder. And she's going to be, she belongs to the Khan army. And I'm not going to say much more about that, because this book is full of twists of surprises, and the world building is amazing. But let's say that we're going to be following this character who is supposed to die, so the Khan can resurrect, and I'm not going to explain much more about that. And then she has this kind of change of heart because of certain circumstances. And there's going to be also a third character who has lots of things to say. And one of the things that I love about this book that really has rendered me speechless, and I don't know if I love this trilogy to be, and I want to read the upcoming 2 books, but also I'm very afraid. But what the author has read for me, it's the stories of all the characters are perfect, and I am equally invested in all of them. And you know that following the story, I don't think that they are going to be able to be friends and walk away together, all of them alive. It looks like they're going to be fighting each other, and that probably one or more than one of them, maybe even all of them, are going to end up dead. I don't know. I haven't read the upcoming books because he's actually writing them. But following what happens in the first book, you know, it's like you're putting everyone into place. And yeah, I'm actually quite scared, because I don't know how has he done that, but I'm, as I say, equally invested in all the characters. And I want all of them to succeed, and I want none of them to die, which is going to be complicated. And yeah, this is something that I do love about this book, as I say, because usually when you read this kind of book, you are team A or team B or team whatever. But here, in the way that he has fleshed out all these characters, that he has told you their stories, and that you have been following their journeys, the past journeys that made them who they are today, and the journeys that you are walking with them while you're reading the book and everything. It's amazing. I mean, all of them, you understand where they're coming from, why they are the way they are, and you want all of them to succeed. So I don't know how is that going to be possible, but I want all of them to succeed. I want all of them to be alive when the trilogy ends, and I want all of them to get everything they want to get, to be happy. And since some of them want to kill each other, I don't see how I'm going to be happy with the resolution of the trilogy. But yeah, I mean, this book is amazing. You're going to be finding amazing characters. As I say, very well crafted, very well built, very sound. And yeah, they're going to be growing a lot. Jian, the prophesied hero at the very beginning, he's like this spoiled brat. And I did love his journey into his realization about what he thought he was, or what he was doing in the palace, and he also makes you think about the loneliness that he was living through, this idea that he has to be this hero that has been imparted into him since he was very young, and that has kept him like apart from everyone else, and this idea suddenly that he's not enough, that he's going to fail, that he's alone in the world, that he has nothing, and that even the prophecy that he had, it's all a lie, and now what? And I love how he goes from what he believed in to who he turns out to be towards the end of the book. And yeah, the world building is amazing. There are so many moving parts into this story. The different cities, the grassland, the story, the culture, the religion, the imbalance of power, everything. And also it makes you think about, there is, I'm not going to say much about it, but there is a part about the prophecy that, you know, that's going to be talking about the oracles, things that made the and the people who made this prophecy. And you're going to be, you know, there were things going on the chapters that made me think quite a lot. And that's something that, yeah, I did appreciate that. I did love the ideas that the author brought to the table with this book about the, as I say, the imbalance in power, about how prophecies are made, and what happens when people can profit from them, and how sometimes, you know, religion and people in power use certain things, you know, and certain people to obtain whatever they want. And yeah, I did love the story. I did love the world building. I did love the cultures and religions that the author created. I loved everything about this book, really. And also the battles. The battles are like very Jian. It's amazing. It's like you're in the movie and you can imagine and see everything. Yeah, I mean, pick this one up because it's a fucking amazing book, you guys. I mean, I love it. I love it. It's like 500 pages, more or less. And every page, it's an amazing adventure, and you really want to lose yourself into this book and get to know the characters and their motivations and the different places and cultures and things. And it would make you think about, you know, we're going to be having female characters who are very able of doing whatever they want to protect themselves. And we'll be thinking about female versus male kind of thing, about the ability of, for some females to say, hey, I'm enough, I'm going to be strong, I'm going to get whatever it is I want. And also it makes me think about culture and religion and difference in power, and sometimes how people in power want to benefit, and injustice sometimes that, you know, that you have to be a certain thing, you're expected to be that thing. Whether you like it or not, whether you're ready or not, you have to be this thing because everyone is relying on you. And it also works for the prophesied hero and for the immortal Khan. And there's lots of things that are going to be making you think about, yeah, lots of things. I mean, this book is amazing. Yeah, I'm shutting up. I don't want to spoil anything, but I want to say it's like nothing you have ever read. And I don't think you're going to be expecting half of what happens in it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye!